Welcome everybody to this week's episode of Ant on Music. I'm your humble host Ant, and this week we're going to wrap up Rocktober as we start off with No Shave November. We'll see how long I can go without shaving before either A, the wife yells at me, B, my kids yell at me, or C, I get so sick of having facial hair that I just say screw it and shave. Don't have a ton of stuff to show you this week. I got my last of my Rocktober releases, as well as my first release for November. All right. And we're going to take a look at those straight away. Back several episodes, I talked about the passing of Jack Russell, formerly of Great White. And they already had in the works to start re-releasing some of their classic albums. And the first one that they've re-released is Once Bitten. All right there. And they are intending to release its companion, Twice Shy, at the end of November. And this is a phenomenal album. I always dug this album. I'm glad they re-released it on vinyl. Glad to get it on vinyl. Like a lot of stuff in my collection, we have it on CD. So it's nice to have it on vinyl again. And this is a pretty nifty piece of vinyl right here. What's more perfect than having Great White on pure white vinyl? All right. Pretty simple release as far as, stuff to look at. You got the plain white vinyl and you've got, just the basic white sleeve. And you have the jacket itself, which got the front there and the rear there with pictures of the band as well as the track listing. All right, so they kind of did it all as run along. Mirrors the original release as well as the CD. And I always really dug this album. This is one of my favorites, if not my favorite by Great White. On here we have Lady Red Light opening it up. Fantastic track. Gonna Get Ya. Rock Me, which is one of their classics, was all over MTV at the time back when they actually showed videos. Mistreater. Never Change Heart. Fast Road, absolutely love Fast Road. Great song. On the Edge, and it finishes off with a fantastic ballad, Save Your Love. And this is the classic, Great White lineup with Jack, Mark Kendall, Audie Desbro, Mark Kendall. Who did I forget here? There's two guys I'm missing, but my brain is fried. So Michael Lardy and Tony on bass, I believe. Tony Montana on bass. So this came out finally. I'm glad to have this in my collection on vinyl. Pretty stoked about that. Next thing I have, of course, we got to save the box set for last. So we'll jump to, we'll hopscotch. We'll go to November. So this is the first release that I have for November of this year. And I got to admit, I was a little bit concerned when the first single came out from this new album. I am a big Cure fan. I have been probably since about 86, 87. Really got into them in college. In fact, one of my roommates used to call me Cure Boy because I listened to them so much. And that was around the time that Disintegration came out. Now, Disintegration as well as Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me are probably my two favorites in their catalog, probably followed by Head on the Door. And then, like all bands, at least for me, you go in and out of being in love with them and then not being in love with them. But the new album, all right, which is called Songs of a Lost World by The Cure, okay, is really fantastic. I mean, I was very much scared of the first single, Alone. And that's the opening track, basically because it took forever for it to kick in. It's a short song, and you probably get till about halfway through before the lyrics kick in, and it was like, well, what the hell is this? Really kind of a strange choice, at least by my standards. I wouldn't have picked that to be the first choice off the album. But after that, it definitely picks up. You have on here, I'll show you the back as well with the track listing. Okay, and similar to the Great White, got a little bit of a funky track listing with the lettering there. On here we have Alone, and Nothing Is Forever, which is great. A Fragile Thing, War Song, another good song. Drone No Drone, very good song. I Can Never Say Goodbye, absolutely love that one already. All I Ever Am, and End Song. And the last two are fantastic. And this comes with a poster of the album cover. All right, so you've got that here, giant size album cover poster, similar in I guess you would say dimensions as the album cover, just enlarged. So you have that, and then you have lyrics and liner notes on the inner sleeve here. All right, try and get that there for you. And this comes in two different editions. I chose to go with the colored edition, the gray and black marble right there with the labels also showing the statue, smaller version of it on there, or a portion of it, I should say. And I would definitely say this is a classic Cure album. This is probably, I'm not going to say probably, this is my favorite album already that they've released in a long time. And it's been a long time since they released an album. And it's definitely one of the better ones in the later Cure catalog. You definitely want to check it out. It's certainly worthwhile as far as Cure albums go. And, worth the price of admission. So, brings us to our last thing that we have for this week. And that is our box set. This came out at the end of October, but you know me, I always save the box sets for last. And one of my all-time favorite bands. This is one of their classic albums. If you've watched my videos, you know I am a huge Porcupine Tree fan, a huge Steven Wilson fan, and they have been releasing certain albums in their back catalog. They've done Deadwing and In Absentia, and along comes Fear of a Blank Planet Deluxe Edition. And this is 6 discs. This is a monster. Here is the little hype sticker that came along. I know it's hard to read these things sometimes. And it also came with this print, which has the album cover here, and then the album cover for Nil Recurring as well. All right, Nil Recurring was the EP that they put out in conjunction with this album and tour cycle. And this has, I'll show you the discs. All the discs are very well done as far as the look of them. So you got the first 3 in the front sleeve, front cover. The other 3, including the Blu-ray on the back. Okay. And that's the final disc, disc 6, which is Fear of a Blank Planet in 5.1 surround, as well as Nil Recurring. And it's got the promo videos of Fear of a Blank Planet, Way Out of Here, and Normal. It also has the live visual films from Sleep Together and Anesthetize. And it finishes up with Live and Cold, Fear of a Blank Planet, Anesthetize, and Sleep Together. It has a documentary on here, The Making of Fear of a Blank Planet. And this is definitely one of the heavier albums in Porcupine Tree's catalog. It has some fantastic tracks. It kicks off with Blackest Eyes, which has probably the heaviest riff that they ever came up with. It has My Ashes, Anesthetize, which has a guest solo on it by Alex Lifeson of Rush. Sentimental, Way Out of Here, Sleep Together. All right. Just phenomenal album, whole and entire. Then you have also the Nil Recurring remaster. These are remastered, and of course they're redone by Steven Wilson. What's better than having him touch his own stuff? He's a master when it comes to redoing stuff, even his own. You've got Nil Recurring, Normal, Cheating the Polygraph, What Happens Now, and the live tour intro from Fear of a Blank Planet on the Nil Recurring. Also, you've got demos from Steven Wilson, Porcupine Tree, of the title track, My Ashes, Anesthetize, Sentimental, Cheating the Polygraph, Sleep Together, Always Recurring, and Hey Sleeper. Then a live album as well from 2006. Title track again, My Ashes, Anesthetize, Sentimental, Cheating the Polygraph, and Sleep Together. Then Sessions, okay, for Blackest Eyes, Fear of a Blank Planet, Sleep Together, The Pills I'm Taking, Halo, which is, and then you have an in-store from Orlando, which is actually this album up here, which is basically Steven Wilson and Wes in store in Orlando doing Sky Move Sideways, Even Less, Stars Die, Waiting, Drown With Me, Normal, Lazarus, and Trains, the classic closer from Porcupine Tree, if you've ever seen them live. It is phenomenal. You know, it really is an excellent set. Show you a couple of the pictures in there, and then I'll show you another little bonus thing. The original release on CD, they had a special edition for that. You know, the themes of this album had a lot to do with how the youth of today, or back then, were very dependent upon things like video games and Ritalin and things like that to get through the difficult times that they were dealing with. Kind of pales in comparison to everything that's going on nowadays, but you know, pretty heavy stuff to deal with. Steven Wilson's never one to shy away from difficult topics. Got a picture of the band at the time there, Mr. Gavin Harrison on drums up front there. Phenomenal drummer. If you've never heard him, where the hell have you been? Picture of the youth in need of dire help from Mr. Wilson right there. Fantastic touring album on this, and show you a couple of pictures from a live set. Always loved this acoustic guitar that Steven's holding here. It's a Babbitt's guitar. If you take a close look, it's got a really funky way the way it's strung. Babbitt's is, for me, or at least was, a local guitar luthier located here in Dutchess County, New York. So, that is that. Now I'm going to show you the little bonus thing I have, which is the original Fear of the Blank Planet album on CD. I have several versions of this album. I'm a big fan, so you know, pretty much, you know, when I purchased this, they had the CDs and DVD, because it's a DVD album as well. Put in those sleeves, and they gave this to you separately, all right, which was the album cover, all right, and it came with not one, but two booklets. And for me, I lucked out because I think they screwed up when they sent my copy out, and I'll show you what I mean. So, you know, you have all the artwork and everything in here, lyrics, liner notes, all that good stuff. So they also gave it to you if you purchased it directly from the band or through certain retailers. There was you got the opportunity to get an autographed copy. Somehow there's somebody out there, I'm sorry, they got shorted on one, because I got two autographed copies by the band, which is really nice to have. So that is my Fear of the Blank Planet. I'd go into showing you, you know, the anesthetized live stuff, but that just becomes overkill. And overkill, that's going to be an episode for another day. Well, we're going to talk about them one day because someone asked for it. So that is everything I have for you this week. As usual, I want to thank you for stopping by, spending time with me. I really do appreciate it. If you notice, I didn't do begging at the beginning, so we'll save it toward the end. If you haven't already and you come here weekly, please hit the subscribe button. If you're new here and you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, join. Love to have more people on the channel. Also, you know, drop a comment. Love the conversation. Click like. If there's something you'd like to see me do a show on, if it's something I can do, I'm more than happy to do it. Takes work away from me thinking about what to do for you every week. You know, you can also drop that in the comments section as well. As I always say, week in, week out. All right. Peace. One love. Music. I'm out.